Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kenyetta. I know I don't say that often, but you know, it's everywhere, so please forgive me if I don't say it every time I come online. Anywho, I'm back. So just to give you all a quick update, and this clip is going to be extremely short. So today is April the 28th, 2020. So from the last video, you saw the foolishness of the false cycle. Sorry, deer running across the damn street. You saw the false cycle. So I had to wait until I got my next menses, my period, before we can go into a true cycle. So that actually started today. So I called my doctor to let her know that my cycle started today, because she wants me to have another saline sonogram. If you guys can remember way back, probably about my third or fourth video, when I started this process back in September, October of last year, I had my saline sonogram. But since the miscarriage, they want to make sure that there is no blockages or anything like that. So I have to have another saline sonogram. So that is why I had to call her today, for two reasons. One, for them to go ahead and approve me to move forward in my for my fourth natural cycle IUI, and for them to go ahead and schedule me on for cycle day 5 for me to have my saline sonogram. So she wanted me to have it between cycle day 5 and 9. So the appointment that I got is for Monday, which is May the 4th at 10:15. So I will be going on Monday to get the saline sonogram. So for me, the saline sonogram, I mean, I didn't feel any type of, I didn't have any type of issues with it the first time. I know some people felt like a lot of cramping and stuff like that, but I didn't have any issues as far as the saline sonogram is concerned, or the HSG, that other exam that they have you do as well. So so I don't expect to have any issues as far as the procedure itself, and then also I don't expect to have any type of blockages or anything. Since the miscarriage, I did have to have a DNC, had to have the surgery. So and hopefully there's no scarring or and they got everything out. I mean, I haven't had any complications. So the DNC was on March the 6th, I believe. So I don't foresee having any issues. My previous saline sonogram was crystal clear. There were no blockages, nothing at all. So yeah, I expect that to go pretty well. And then so starting on probably Sunday, I will start my OPK testing on my strips and my digital. Just like the fall cycle, the last cycle, I'm not going to test like a mad woman like I did the last 3 IUI cycles, because the third cycle pretty much gave me confirmation on where my window is. So I will not be doing the 2-week of testing, and then doing the every 2-hour testing and all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test twice a day on starting Sunday, this Sunday. Then starting next Friday, I will start testing every 4 hours until I get my peak, because technically and theoretically I should be going peak either that Monday or that Tuesday, the following Monday or that Tuesday. Down in the video, when it gets further along in the video, you guys will see the dates and stuff. I'm driving right now, as I always do, but I'm heading to Chipotle. I don't order any food. I'm not going to get any food, but I am going to get some ice, because I am addicted to Chick-fil-A ice. So at least once a week I go to Chick-fil-A to get 4 or 5 bags of ice, and that normally lasts me for the whole week. So I'm pretty set as far as that's concerned. Other than that, I do not leave the house, especially during this time. I get my groceries delivered, and I basically get everything delivered to my house. I wish I can get Chick-fil-A ice delivered to my house, but that is not an option. Actually, they don't even have the ice on the app for you to pre-order it so that you can go and pick it up at curbside. So what I've been hipped at doing is I call the store, and then since they know that I do it all the time now, they don't give me a hard time. But what I do is I call the store ahead of time, and talk to the manager and let them know, hey, I'm trying to get some ice. Can you guys have it ready? Because they don't have it stored. They make it as it's ordered. So when I order 4 bags of ice, they go and pack the ice. So I call the manager, and they have it ready by the time I get there, so I don't have to get in the line. I just go on the curbside and I pay at the same time. So that's basically what I'm doing now. My job sent everyone cloth masks, reusable masks. So this is what I've been using for the last week, but I had already had like the 3M paper mask, so I wasn't out here in the streets without a mask to begin with. But with this, what I do is every time I wear it and I get back in the house, I wash it and then let it dry, and then it's ready for reuse. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to pick up some ice, then I want to head back home, and that's going to be it for me for today. But I wanted to come online and to let you guys know exactly what was going on. So today is cycle day 1 in natural IUI cycle, official natural IUI cycle 4. So here we go, guys. I'll see you in the next clip. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today is May the 4th, 2020. Let me roll these windows up real quick. Okay, let's start again. Good morning. I'm Kenyetta. Today is May 4th, 2020. I am currently on my way to my Rockville fertility clinic office to have my saline sonogram done. If you guys remember in the last clip, or maybe the last video, I know I talked about it, my fertility doctor wanted me to have another saline sonogram, just to make sure that everything is still good. Like my tubes are open, my uterus is not having any issues or complications since I had the DNC last month. So that is where I'm going now, to Rockville, Maryland, to that office. My office near my home in Waldorf is, sorry, it's a bunch of deer around here, so I'm trying to be careful not to, because I'm just leaving my house, and so they're on both sides of the street. And it's a nice day out, but anyway, yeah, my main office is still not open due to the coronavirus, so they have limited their offices that are open to just, I believe, 4 out of the 10 that is in my area. So as you guys may have seen in previous videos, that I deal with Shady Grove Fertility here in the DMV area. And that, for those who don't know what DMV is, that is the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. So yeah, I'm heading to the Rockville office for my saline sonogram. I should be starting my my OPK testing. More than likely, I'll start that on Wednesday or Thursday. As I said before, I am not going to be doing all that crazy testing that I've done the last 3 cycles, well, technically the last 4 cycles. I'm going to try to keep it as minimal as possible, only sticking close, try to catch it, start testing probably 3 or 4 days before I am due to ovulate, rather than the whole 2 weeks like I used to. And so yeah, so probably on Wednesday or Thursday. I may even stretch that to Friday to start doing my OPK testing, because I'm not due to ovulate until or at least get my peak until maybe Monday or Tuesday, which means that I would get my IUI maybe Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So I'm just going to play it by ear, but I know that I'm not going to be going peak anytime soon, so I'm not going to waste test and trying to test these 2 weeks. So more than likely I'll start testing on Friday, and then when I do test, I will do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will test once a day. Well, no, we'll do twice a day. We'll do one in the morning and one in the evening. And then on starting Monday, I will start testing every 4 hours until I get my peak. And then, of course, once I get my peak, you know, I would have to contact my fertility doctor, let her know that I got my peak, so they can go ahead and schedule me for my IUI. So hopefully when I catch my peak, I will try to get it scheduled within 35 to 39 hours from the peak, because that's what I did. That's what happened last time when I got pregnant. From the time that I went peak to the time that I had my IUI was exactly 39 hours. So I'm gonna try to stay within that window, because it seemed to work. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm just trying to navigate to get through my neighborhood so I can get to the interstate, so I can try to make it to my appointment. My appointment is at 10:15 this morning, and so I'm trying to get there and get there in enough time so that, because they're not letting people in the waiting area. So once you get there, you have to call them and let them know that you're there for your appointment so they can go ahead and check you in. And then they're going to call you and tell you when it's time for you to go in. So you're going straight to, going straight into the office, into your procedure or whatever you're getting done, and then boom, you're out. They're going to call as far as checking you out. So to limit your interaction with the staff as much as the staff as possible. Only dealing with the number of people that you really need to deal with. I do have my mask, of course, which I will put on just before I go into the building. I'm not going to drive around with it on. It doesn't make any sense because I'm in my own personal vehicle. And it's just weird, if you're in a vehicle with other people, it may be not as weird, but when you're riding around by yourself and you have a mask on, I just think that it just looks weird. And it's just unnecessary, because if you contaminate anything, it'll be yourself. And if you're already contaminated, like, really though? But anyway, that's pretty much all that's going on, guys. I'm trying to keep these clips as short as possible because, as I stated last video or last fake cycle, I'm trying to do everything in one video. So from the time I set my appointment for the saline sonogram, to going to the appointment, to scheduling my IUI, and to picking up my donor, which you guys know that is currently on hold at the bank. So it's in storage right now. I had to take it back from the last cycle. So it's in storage. All I have to do is call, and then they'll take it out and it'll be ready for pickup. So I don't have to worry about that. So I'm trying to get everything in one video, including the results after the 2-week wait. So you will not be seeing this video until probably two or 3 weeks. I'm thinking. I'm not sure what's going on up here, guys, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this video here. I will see you in the next clip. All right, guys, so I just had my saline sonogram. I'm rolling these windows down. It is hot as shit, okay? So that was interesting. Well, so let me just start off by saying that my saline sonogram was great. He said everything was perfect, that that he doesn't see any issues, and that I should be good to go to have my IUI sometime next week. So that was one thing, which was really good. I mean, I fully expected that I was going to not have any issues anyway, because I didn't have any in the beginning, but there was a slight chance of scarring due to the DNC surgery that I had. So I'm glad that that there wasn't any, and so I'm good to go. But so yeah, I had the saline sonogram, and as I told you guys in the last clip, that what they do is, as soon as I got here, I had to call them to check in, and then 5 minutes before it was time for my appointment, that's when they told me to start making my way upstairs. As soon as I went upstairs, the lady who was going to, or the nurse who was going to take me back to the examination room was already waiting for me, went into the examination room. And then probably about 5 minutes later, the doctor came in and did the saline sonogram. Two interesting facts that I was wanted to mention is that so everyone is taking the social distancing seriously. So like when I first went upstairs, I got on the elevator. There was a line of people that was going to get on the elevator, but only one person was going on the elevator at one time, which was a great thing. No one had to be told that or asked that or anything like that. It was just something that people were doing. And then the same thing coming down. People, it wasn't people. So another young lady was got on the elevator before me, and I stood back and let her get on the elevator, and then waited for the door to close, and then I pressed the button for me to get on the elevator and come down. So so this is where we are now, guys, unfortunately. The good news is that as I stated before, the saline sonogram came back great. So next step is to start OPK testing, and then as soon as I get my peak, I'm scheduling my IUI. So the next time I see you guys will be on peak day. Bye. Hey guys, so you see all of my prep stuff here for my testing, so I can test every morning. And so yeah, today is May the 11th, 2020, and I tested this morning and I finally went peak. So I started my test on the 4th, and I didn't do testing every 2 hours like I normally do. So I was tested on the 4th, and as of today, on all 3 wands, I have gone peak. I've been testing on test strips 2. This is the one from today. And so yeah, everything has gone peak. So you know what that means. Next call is to schedule my IUI for tomorrow. See you in a bit. Hey guys, welcome back. So as you saw from the previous clip, I have gone peak. Today is May 11th, 2020. So I've gone peak on all 3 digital wands, and also on the pre-mom, or is it the easy at home test strip. And as you can also tell, you know, I'm not doing all of that crazy testing that I was doing before, because again, I can kind of now see where, you know, I will be going peak or ovulating now, because I've been testing, OPK testing for the last 7 or 8 months now. And so it's kind of now the norm. Sorry. So yeah, I went peak on all 3 wands and on the test strip. And so I'm currently heading to my donor bank to pick up my tank, because I was able to schedule my IUI for tomorrow at 11:30. So yeah, that's pretty much all that is going on today. I kind of had an idea that I was going to go peak today. I didn't know it was going to be early this morning, because I had last tested around midnight and it was still trending high, but the test lines were getting darker, so I knew that it would have been today that I would have went peak. I tried to get my IUI appointment scheduled as late as possible, because the last time I had an IUI, it was 39 hours to the hour that I found out I went peak. So at that point, I was doing testing every 2 hours. So I was kind of in a 2-hour time frame of catching when I went peak. This time I was doing it maybe 4 or 5 hours. So that window is grander. So I tried to get my appointment as late as possible because I want to, again, be in a position where the egg is already there and waiting for the sperm, prior to the first 2 IUIs where the sperm was kind of waiting for the egg type of thing. So the last time when I did get pregnant, that's what I did. I waited for the egg. Well, the egg, I wanted the egg to be waiting for the sperm, not the sperm waiting for the egg type of thing. So hopefully I got my appointment late enough where I can track that. That tracks, or at least there's not a long distance or a long span of waiting time for the sperm for the egg. Hopefully the egg will be on its way to the fallopian tubes by the time the sperm is introduced tomorrow morning. So yeah, that's where we are. I am trying to hurry up and go and pick up my tank. They open up at 9:30. It is 8:26 right now, and I have to go from one side of Maryland to Virginia to go and pick up my tank. So I'm trying to hurry up and do that because it's still a work day for me, and I have a project that I need to continue working on because I need to have it turned in before close of business today. So I really don't have any time to waste today, even if I have to work over today, which is fine. I normally do that sometimes anyway. Because tomorrow I'm taking off for the procedure. If you've been following my channel since IUI 1, the day of IUI, I do not work. I don't do anything. I just allow that day and focus on that day as the important day that it is. So I just focus on just taking it easy and relaxing. The last 3 IUIs has been pretty much consistent in how I've been feeling on those days and the days after. So the day of the IUI, I tend to get some cramping in my back, my lower back area, and the lower part of my abdomen or my uterine wall or whatever, because of course they have to insert a tube and then they're injecting, stuff in there. So of course you're going to have have a little bit of cramping. It's not the type of cramping like with menstrual cramps. It's just kind of like a twingy cramp, I don't even know if I really want to call it cramping. It's just kind of twingy, and so what I normally do on that day is, before, like the hour that I go in for the IUI, I take a BC powder, and then probably about 4 or 5 hours later, I take another BC powder, and I just chill out. I just relax. So that's what I expect to do tomorrow, and then throughout, the days after the IUI, I normally feel a little cramping in my back and in my pelvic area. It's kind of consistent for like 2 or 3 days, and then after that I no longer feel that. At that point, we're in the 2-week wait, of course. So that's what is going to be going on this week. So what I'm going to do is, once I have the IUI tomorrow, I am going to upload this video so that we all can be in the 2-week wait together, so that we'll get the results in the 2 weeks. Yeah, so next time I see you guys, it will be on IUI day. I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. Good morning, guys. Hello. So today is May the 11th, May the 12th, May the 12th, 2020, and I am on my way to get IUI number 4, in an attempt to rainbow baby 1. Or am I saying that backwards? It's an attempt 1 at a rainbow baby. I guess that's how you would say that. Anywho, so from the previous clips, let me close this. From the previous clips, you saw that I went peak on all 3 of my digital holders, as well as I went to pick up my sperm on yesterday. And so today I am on my way to my appointment at the Rockville office, which is about an hour 15 minutes away from where I live on the other side of Maryland. So that is where I'm going. My drop off is at 10 o'clock. So I have to drop my tank off so they can prep it, thaw it, and all of that stuff. And then my actual procedure is at 11:30. So I am going to, it is now 8:59. So I left a little early because I wanted to make sure that I get there exactly at 10 o'clock to drop the tank off for prep and thaw. And so yeah, once I drop the tank off, then of course I'll go sit in the parking lot in my car and wait until it's time, or get close to the time for my procedure, and then I'll go up. So what I have to do is the same thing I did for the saline sonogram appointment. Once I get there, I have to call them and let them know that I am there so they can go ahead and check me in. And then they will either tell me to come up 5 minutes before my procedure, or they will tell me, they will call me and let me know when I need to go up for my appointment, because you never know if they're running behind or something like that, or if they're running ahead of schedule where I may be able to get in sooner than 11:30 for my procedure. So I'm not sure how they're going to do it. All I know is that I don't go up immediately when I get there. I have to call, check in, and then they have to provide further guidance at that point. So yeah, what I'm going to do now, and I'm just going to just chill out and relax, and get my head in a good space. Even though it is in a good space, I just want to make sure that I'm not stressing myself out. As you can see, I am wearing the same shirt that I wore last cycle for IUI, because I'm hoping that it's going to bring me good luck today. So we will see. I guess that's about it. I will see you guys after the procedure. See you in a bit. Hey guys, so the IUI is completed. So yeah, everything went as it normally does. It was, pretty straightforward. The whole procedure took about 5 minutes, if that. He was doing more talking than, which, was most of the time him talking. But we were talking about Frozen and how they never saw Frozen before. So just to go over some of the numbers, the first time that I used my donor was cycle 2, and his numbers were 30 million. The second time I used my donor was cycle 3, which was the successful cycle, and his numbers were 19 million. Cycle 4, this cycle, his numbers were 22 million. So his numbers were still good, and it only takes one. So now, guys, we're in the 2-week wait, and we're in the 2-week wait together. I took off the rest of the day, so I have no plans to do anything other than when I get home, I'm gonna take me a nap. After I eat my Chick-fil-A, I got a little grilled chicken wrap sandwich. I'm gonna eat my sandwich, take a nap, and then I am going to attempt to do something to my nails, because my hand look a hot ass mess. And if you have been watching my channel these last couple of months, you know that she always keep her hand done at all times. So I am highly disgusted at my hand. So I am going to attempt to do the dip powder at home and see how that turns out. I may include that in the 2-week wait video, but we'll see. But yeah, that's all I plan on doing today. And that's about it. Not really much else to say other than, as always, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I have a lot of new subscribers since I posted my last video, and I want to thank you guys so much for subscribing, for hanging out with me, checking out my videos. If you're going through your own TTC journey, please let me know where you are in your journey, and reach out if you have any questions. If I have the answers, I'll definitely provide them. If I don't have the answers, I will try to find the answer for you. Or if you have any advice for me, if you've had a successful cycle and you want to provide wisdom to me, I am totally open to that information. So I'm still claiming 2020 babies for us ladies. If you're pregnant and having a baby in 2020, or if you get pregnant in 2020 and your baby is not due until 2021, we still have 2020 babies, ladies. Okay, so I'm going to claim that for us all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next video. As always, keep the faith and stay positive. Bye.